Again, welcome to WINvesting, PowerTrade. My name is Ted Posobiec. So let's get started with the disclaimer here. Take a look at this. This is for educational purposes only. There is risk in trading money, so don't trade money you can't afford to lose. I am a full-time futures trader. I am not a financial advisor. Options. Kenneth. Good morning. Sounds fine. Sierra Foothills. Yep. Okay. Forex. Zachary. ES. Dave. Options. Day and swing. Tommy. Very good. The PowerTrade trading format. This is a 20-minute trading session on a new topic every week. Live trade for about 10 minutes. Join me in a 20-minute interactive mastermind. Is the microphone on? If your computer has a working microphone, you may be asked to join the conversation during the mastermind. Your participation is very important and will help the other traders in the room. Each mastermind includes wins. Tell us about your best trades of the week so far. Lessons. What did you learn this week that would benefit others? A Q&A. What can we help clarify that will help you be a better trader by your questions and answers? Anything that you got to see what I can do to help you out. About WINvesting. Established in early 2009. We've helped thousands of students, thousands of traders like you in over 53 countries around the world. Our focus is to help you get real-world profits without risking hard-earned cash. We do this via our 6-step profitability path so you can learn virtually in a risk-free, stress-free environment. For more information, you can go to www.winvesting.com. About your host, my name is Ted Posobiec, Chief Trading Strategist at WINvesting.com. Professional day trader, primary futures. I do dabble a little bit in stocks and ETFs. I also host a daily e-meeting insider trading room at WINvesting. Quick housekeeping notes, replays. We are recording this and will post the replays as soon as possible. Participate. Your active participation will help you reinforce what you've learned. So if you've got questions on what we go over today, ask. It'll help you reinforce anything that we go over. Again, the microphone is available to you. I will be able to turn it on for you if you'd like. Suggest and send topics for future power trades to support@winvesting.com. If we use your topic in a future power trade webinar, you'll get a free month of bronze membership at WINvesting, normally a $29 a month subscription. The membership will not auto-renew. So again, if you have suggestions, get a free month of the bronze membership at WINvesting. That's a bonus there for you. So write them in. You can email your topics at support@winvesting.com. Part 1 of the trading of the power trade, how to increase consistency. 2 crucial checklists that will help you stay laser focused in the market. The overview, 2 types of checklists are a daily and an entry. I used to do this all the time, and I had to go back to it because I kept forgetting things. So I'm back using them again, and we're going to go over what is a daily checklist and what is an entry checklist. Why these checklists are so important. We'll go through examples of my checklist. You can take a look in the handout. There is a download. It's just a rough draft. of what I've had before, and I'm starting to use it again. We'll go into the reasons why I need it, and I think it'll help you out. And I think with this and the entry checklist. So what is a daily checklist? A daily checklist is a list of things that you should do every day for a productive and successful trading day. If you rely only on your memory, you might forget things that will come back to distract you later and cause you to lose focus. Continued on. Daily checklist puts you in the confident, focused mindset before you get started trading. Helps you get into the zone. It helps me get that way. Should use this every day along with your trading plan, aka the day trading roadmap for WINvesting members. This would be in addition to that day trading roadmap. That gives you your setups that you're going to use and so on like that, but this will help you get your charts and everything ready, what we're going to go through. You may want to have things checked for. You want to check for news, the markets, charts to see if they're live or sim, trends, ATM settings, and time synchronization. That's something that I check news every day, but I don't check it right in the mornings because I haven't been going through my checklist. There have been days that I have forgot about them, but I want to know what markets I'm going to be trading on, make sure I have the right charts up. I want to make sure I'm live or in sim. And trends, I like to see what the trends are from midnight to when I start looking at charts, and then from 3 o'clock to the present time also. I want to make sure I have my ATM settings set right. I have been switching charts and not checking the ATMs afterwards, so now I've got my own, everything has their own charts, and I don't switch back and forth. Hopefully I won't be doing that anymore, but things happen. And time synchronization. You want to make sure that your clocks and everything on your computer are set, so you want to check that also. Here's an example of daily checklist. You can see here, you can grab a copy of it that's in the folder. I'm going to slide mine over. But what I have on here, the date for the news. I'm looking at news, this was yesterday's, 8:30. I had Canadian news or other, any other ones that I'm interested in, U.S. news. Then I want to know if I'm going to trade at the open or at news. There was yes and no that I'll put in there. If news, at what time to take the trade, anytime. So any of the news that did come out yesterday, I was going to trade the open, regular open, and no trades around news, or I can put yes on that, not meaning that I'm going to take a trade at the news, but I can trade through it. This one here, it was questionable whether I was going to take a trade. I was not going to take a news trade, let's put it that way. We'll get down, I'll show you my sheet here in a second. And then I have a volume spiker checklist. I'm watching gold, ZB, CL, and NQ, and I want to check from yesterday's high and low, and I checked that from 4 p.m. yesterday and 4 p.m. the day before. Make sure I have all of that checked, and I'm going through one chart at a time, and I put down the midnight trend up. ZB yesterday was down. CL, everything is good there. And check to make sure the charts are live. ATM settings and update clock. Everything goes across. Is pretty nice. I think my chart's a little different, but this is better. It's set up a little nicer. Now with the London swing, still trading the same markets, and what I do want to, I did put in this is the tick size that I'm looking at the time, and later on down the road, I can go back and see which charts are working the best. Right now, I do know that the 377 is working real good on GC, 233 or 144 on ZB, and I go back and check everything here. Everything is down. Everything is marked down, and I'm ready to go. And then I make sure the charts are live. Here's a copy of what I'm actually looking at. I want to thank Dan. He's straightened that up a little bit for me. You can see the charts here. I'm going to set mine back up like that. You can add to or take away whatever you feel that you need to do prior to the market open. Here's today's 3:22, 9 o'clock. We had news. I was trading the open, existing homes, sales and crude oil inventory, and trade the news. I put a question mark there. If news, at what time to stay, take the trade or stay out of the trade 1 minute after. Was going to take a trade 1 minute after, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be even around to take that particular trade. With the volume spike, again, everything is, I did check it and check the live charts, ATM, updated the clocks up here on this one here, so I did not do it again down there. And then with that being said, then I got to clear I'll clear all of this and start tomorrow here at 3:22. This is the daily checklist. This is what I want done on that particular day. So let's go pull this off to the side and continue on. Why is the daily checklist so important? It helps you decide in advance whether you can take trades in a certain time. Make sure your charts are set up correctly. Gives you an idea of overnight trend. Reminds you to check that you are trading live if that's what you want, or you are in sim. This can cost you money if you forget sometimes, if that's not on the list. I know it's cost me money both ways. Thinking that I'm in sim, I'm live, I get knocked out, or the other way around. I'm thinking I'm live, I'm in sim, trade turns out to be a good trade. I still trade the trade as if I was in it in sim anyway, but that's how I can lose money. I can lose money if I'm thinking I'm in sim, I'm actually in live, so I need to make sure that when I start my charts up every morning, I want to go right straight into live. Does anybody have any questions on that? Does that make sense to you? And I really think that this will help you out in the long run. What is an entry chart? Entry checklist. An entry checklist is a list of rules that must be satisfied before you take a trade. This is a quick checklist that will reinforces your trade setups before entering a trade. You need to, a lot of people that are starting out new, I've got so many different setups. I know how they are. When I first started out, I had a checklist. Everything had to be checked off before I could enter the trade. Some of my trades I can do that. Some of those trades are a little harder to have a checklist for because they come all of a sudden. But if you have a pullback trade, like crossover pullback trade, you can make a checklist on that. 610 trade, London swing trade, those are fairly easy to have a checklist. If all of those things aren't checked, that makes you, you shouldn't be taking that trade. Well, a lot of people I know will have, and myself, I was included in this, well, that trade is almost ready to go. It's looking good. It's almost there. It's close enough. Take the trade and you lose because everything wasn't in line the way that your rules tell you that you have to take that trade. So it should help you if you keep a checklist knowing that you can take the trade. If everything doesn't line up, it's simple. You don't take that trade. It may work, but you gotta get used to following the rules. Some of them are going to work, some of them are not. Some of them are going to be a little early. The setup isn't right. If all things on your list are lined up, you can take the trade. Here's an example of a checklist. Long setup for the London swing. Price made higher highs. I just lost connection on my. There, we got it back. Did the price make higher highs? And this would be a yes or no. Yes, it did. Did the price? This is for a long setup. Did the price close down below? Yes or no? Yes, it did. And if the price closes above the higher high, price pulls back below the first high, I can take the long. And then it goes in for the short setup, which is just the opposite. Did the price make a lower low? Price close above the lower low? Price close below the lower low? If anybody is familiar with these two particular setups, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So everything has to be yes on this, and I can go long. Everything has to be yes on this, and I can go short. That's pretty much how I have mine set up. I do have a yes or no. What I do think that would be best, you don't need to have this on the computer. It takes time. What I'll do is I'll have I'm getting another one made for everything that I've got. I get it laminated, and I use a dry eraser marker, and I check it off. If I see it and it's not really a check, it's a dot. Everything is on there. Bang, bang, bang. Yes, everything is yes. I can take the trade. This will help you greatly. I really believe that. $6.10 trade, here we go. It's almost identical. Actually, it is. This one here starts at 3 a.m. This one here starts at market open, and it doesn't matter what I'm looking at. It can be CL, NQ, YM, bonds, ES. Both of these everything is set up the same way, and I need yes on everything here and everything here. This is just an example. You all have your own trade setups that you do. Really think you need to sit down, write up a list. If you like, I can give you a hand with that. But you know what the rules are. Write those rules down. With your back testing, you'll find different things. Put whatever you feel that you need to have before you can take that price, that particular trade. Get that checklist going. This is something that you need to sit down and really think about to help you along with your winnings. Then go back. You can find out if anything wasn't checked. Did you lose that particular trade? Yeah. Well, yeah. Why did I lose that? Oh, because one of the things was a no, or maybe 2 out of the 4 were no. You took the trade anyway. Totally against what you're supposed to be doing. This really encourages you to follow your own rules, reduces the temptation to take poorly developed trades that don't meet your criteria, period. Keeps you focused in the heat of the moment. You can eliminate emotions of the trading. That's what this will help you do. Anybody has any questions on this, let me know. Does it work? Sammy, I see there's some questions here. 610 is just it just happens to be the name of the chart I started with, was a 610 tick chart, and I just called it the 610 trade. It doesn't matter if I'm running a 377, 144, or 1,000 tick chart. I still call it the 610 trade. It's just was a particular tick chart that I started out on. And that's, for a long time, that's the only chart that I used. I do go up and down depending on the market itself, Tess. How can... All right, I will... How can price close above and below at the same time? This is what I'm talking about. If you don't know the trade setup, this is what I'm talking about right here. Let's just say, I'll remove Fibonacci. Let's go with just this part right here. We have a high. Right here's the high. I get a pullback, so price, I use the whole candle. Price closes up, comes down below it. So price closed. I make a high, I get a pullback. Price closed above it. That'll help. Price closes here. I use the candle. Price pulls back. So price closes below the line. It closes back above the line. Comes back down and closes below it again. I can go long right here. So you'd have your price come up. Price is coming up. Price comes up, then it comes down. So I have a high. Price closes above the line. Price closes below the line. I'm ready to go long. That's what I'm looking at. 610 trade or London swing. Yep. You're welcome, Jim. Yeah, I just showed it. That's exactly what I was talking about. Price closes down. Why is it a long? That would be more like a breakout with a pullback. I don't do breakouts themselves. So I'll take a breakout with a pullback. That's what you would call it. There are certain things that I need to happen when that happens. So again, let's take a look at my my checklist that I have made here. It's a little bit in color. What you'll see on the chart that I sent you, you have a checklist. The daily checklist, this would be for next week. And what I do is I'll go into the templates. I'll just copy the whole thing, and then I add another. That's how I do that. So I don't mess with the template. This sheet here would go down here. I'll rename it. And the checklist, this I print out. I'll have a checklist for a crossover pullback, a fib pullback, volume spike. All of those will be on. I try to get them all on one sheet, maybe two sheets, but I'll just go in and put a little dot. Let's see if I can. I'll use an X right now. Does this come in? And it's just a dot, just something real quick. Because things happen pretty fast. Do I have a lot of them? A lot of times I'm going to have two of them already marked, and then when I see it, I can have the third one. And if the third and fourth one are ready, I do have time for this particular setup. for the most part. There is sometimes that the price will really jump. It's okay if I miss that trade. It doesn't really matter to me because I always know that there's another one. There's a lot of these setups. There's a lot of crossover pullback setups. If you've got the rules, make a checklist, make sure everything is in order. Do you put the price on the line, 2 ticks offside the line, so on and so forth. So take a look at the sheet that I sent in that you guys can grab a copy of. It's in the handouts. And come up with something of yours. I'd like to see what you have. I'd like to see what your checklist might be a little better than mine. I know a friend of mine has one that's really nice. He's done a real nice job on it. I did suggest to him that he laminate it and have it alongside of him because it is kind of hard pulling the spreadsheet across or a work document, whatever you're using to get you those trades. Get them marked down. I want the least amount of movement and time so I can concentrate on the trades themselves. All right, it's getting, this also increases consistency. Best used along with the your daily trading plan. Just something that added to it. I don't think it's really that complicated. Just figure out what you need to have for the checklist. The daily checklist I am doing now every day because I have missed trades because of it. So let's go ahead and take a look at some charts. We're getting ready to set up for a trade. And here we have the 2 p.m. trade, Eastern Standard Time. It's a breakout. Up 200 in this account. I was down in my other account pretty good, and I was able to pull that out. 73.75 was down more than I like to be. Let's put it that way. Was able to pull it out. With this trade here, I'm going to just bracket the trade. I do need to see what's been going on. I'll take a look at where price is right now. I'll put a line up here. I'm only going to go in with one contract, 7 ticks and a 14 tick target. You can see down here I've got some areas down. What I think is most likely going to happen is we've pulled up pretty good. I think we're going to come down. It's just what I'm thinking. But I got to trade what I see and not what I think. But we're getting close here. This trade could happen right away, or it could take 15, 20 minutes before it actually gets you into profit or anything. And I will get ready to put a short in. I'm going to just bracket the high and low. We'll bracket the 5 minutes prior to the whole hour. And kind of like the long because of where the EMAs are. Got 12 seconds. Got a volume spike there. Come down a couple of ticks. And I'll keep it 1 tick above the green line there. See if I can readjust this one. That's better. I think we can all see that a whole bunch better. You guys see that candle flicker? Pop like it wanted to go down. Also bring over the level 2 to see if that helps out. stacked up here a little bit, a little heavy on the downside. We're in short. Yeah, I'm just going to watch this. If I see it going down, I like to get it down to 3 ticks, I'll start tightening up. I might even take it, go to +2 when it goes to 4 ticks. Don't like it coming back up above this green line. If I see it coming up above the green line, I might come down a tick. It went 2 ticks. Tighten it up a little bit. There's 2 again. Looks like it might want to come down to 9. Tighten it up another tick. I'm a scalper. There's 3 ticks. I want this thing to go. Come on, push down. A lot of times I'll go for 3 and 5 ticks on this, and there's other days that I'll go for many more. '08's going to give us some problems. See if I can't get 3 out of it. Or break even, one or the other. I'll be done. $230. I will put a line here. See if I made the right choice or not. If it comes back up to above this line here, I don't want to trade anymore for the short side. Could look for another entry short. I am okay with the long still up here. Could even come down to 21 to go long. We're starting to get a ledge. I do see some resistance here with this swing down here. We do have it up here also. Just going to draw a box of what I see where we're going to have problems. And we do also have that 50 EMA right here. We got to get below that. Well, that was 4 ticks. Sam, can this type of trade be done on each hour or only at 2? Tell me, what do you think? I know what the answer is. Some are going to be better than others. Yes, it can. Some are going to be better than others. Take a look at, well, this one here didn't work out too well for the long side. Take a look at, I can't get the box up. Looks like did it go down more? I just lost myself some money. It's all right. Like I say, I am a scalper. Take a look at half hour and on the hour. Check it about every 30 minutes. What you'll have to do is find the market that you like to trade, and what are the green lines? It's a pivot. This here, I just shoved everything over here. These green lines and yellow lines are pivots, and it's just standard with Ninja. These green lines here is a support resistance for the 5 minute prior to the particular trade. Jim. Yes, I am on a 1 minute chart. This is driving me crazy. I need to fix it. Something's on the left. There, that'll fix that. Let's see, how much did I give up? Looks like it would have gone to my targets. 8 ticks? Nope. 3, that would be 8 altogether. Not bad. Not a bad little trade. Like I say, this here I could be into this trade to all the way to 230, and I just don't have the time for that right now. I am going to remove this. So 30 bucks in a couple of minutes is not too bad. Take a look. I was doing this trade at 230 also. You guys, after take a look at the 2 o'clock trade here and at 230 and see what happens. You can check other markets to see how well they work. If CL isn't your bag of tricks, there are some that will move. Basically, I concentrate on CL at 2 o'clock. There are other times throughout the day that I'll look at it at certain times. Anybody trade the news today at 10:30? How do you choose where the support is? Okay, 5 minutes, you pick an hour. It doesn't matter. We'll go to, or pick a time. It doesn't really matter what time it is. Let's take this 11:45. I think you can use that we can use that as an example. 11:45 is the time that I want to take this particular trade. So what I'm going to do, if I didn't have the indicator, I'm going to go back 5 minutes. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I do count the 1 So it's actually going to only look at 4. So we have this candle here is the starting candle, 2, 3, 4, because this is the candle I want to take the trade off from, not this one. So 11:45 is actually the close of this candle. 11:45 is actually the close of this candle and the open of this candle. So I'm just taking the high and low of 5 minutes prior to the time I want to take. So it doesn't matter if it's on the hour, half hour, or not, or wherever you want to take that particular trade. I have noticed that there are some trades that are working better at 5 and 10 after. But I don't go through all the motions. I just look at it and maybe just trade the candle prior to it. How did the trade news, Fran? How do you trade it, or do you stay out of it? How do I trade it? With caution. A lot of times I'll only trade it with one contract. I'll put a bracket on one, the candle that is at the news, and I bracket the one candle itself. If this was the news candle right here, I would bracket this candle here prior to it, one prior. That's how I would do it. But I'm not bracketing it 1 tick or 2 ticks above it. It's 3 to 5 ticks depending on the particular market. And this one here, if that was news, that would have given me 6 ticks. 3 to ticks above and below, 3 to 5. Yes. I can talk to you more about that, friend. You can, there's the time trader course that goes into it, trading news with bonds, a little different. Everything has its own method. And a lot of it, you have to do the work on it yourself because things change. I might not be watching it all the time myself. There are different ways to get in the trade. There's nothing really right or wrong about it, but here's the thing with news. It can hurt you really bad, and it can be pretty profitable. So I would use a lot of caution on that. If you're doing it in sim and doing very well in sim, that will not be the case when you're doing it live. Because when I talk to people that I've traded live and other guys that trade sim, they may make quite a bit. There have been times where they've made a lot and I've lost a lot. It is a little different when you're trading it. Yeah, if you're looking at you look at the chart that whatever chart you're looking at and you trade off from, that's the one that you would normally use, Sam. I have a 5-minute chart. I always choose 5-minute candles. That's fine. 5-minute candle breakout of the 5-minute candle. No. Does a higher time frame get you more tick profit? No, not necessarily, because I'm a scalper. 3-5 ticks. I do take longer runs. It just depends on the particular time of day and how much I've got built up in my account. I screwed up today, didn't follow one of my rules. As soon as I lost so many trades, I should have cut back on a contract and take a win 2 in a row before I start trading again. It was one loss right after another. I'm not a swing trader per se. I do like swing. The London swing trade is just what we had called the trade. I do occasionally get 15, 20 ticks out of those trades along with a 610. I have been known to get 50 ticks plus on the 610 trade. Do you use TS or BE for news trade? Tops, what do you mean by TS or BE? Okay, I think we got going into some of the other stuff here. I'll get back with that. Let me get back to the charts here. Something's going to move. I just heard a beep. Already did that. Wins, lessons, Q&A. What is your best trade so far this past week? If you have a microphone, please let me know, and I'll unmute you. Otherwise, type it into the chat box. Let me know what your best trade is. I think I got something here on here. Is what do you see here? Take a look at the chart. Take a look at the time. And anybody familiar with the volume spike trade? Yes, Sam, I do have a trade room. Trail stop or break even. I do not trail stops. It goes so far. If it goes 3 ticks in my direction, if I'm using a 3 and 5 tick target, goes 3 ticks in my direction, I'm going to lock it in to even +1 as it keeps going down. I may have a 15 tick target. I'm going to keep following the price down. Usually I'll get stopped out on the way back up. Anybody can tell me what I've got here. This is a volume spike trade after 2 o'clock. So the 2 o'clock trade did not get me into the short side. I passed on it going up, and I seen the volume spike looking to the left. You can follow this line right here. Right there is where I got in. Off that line, volume spike came down. And if you take a look back yesterday, you will see I did hit my target. 15 ticks. And that's live. That was my best trade. Best single trade was one single target. Very good. Tell me, what was your best trade so far this week? It doesn't have to be 14 ticks. It can be, a 5 tick, 3 tick, whatever your best trade. Everything lined up for you. Everything on this particular trade lined up for me. Every single thing happened for me. I did pull the trade off for the long setup because I was stepping out to go do something. And as soon as I came back in, it was still hanging around here. I could have gone in. I said, I'm going to just hold off. Hit the volume spike, came back down. Got it. That was my best single one trade this week. Mastermind lesson. What did you learn this week that would benefit others? Again, if you have a microphone, let me know. 450% on SPY, short weekly option yesterday. Oh, good. I'm in a top step combine and was long 3 oil contracts yesterday at 10.17. Big buy spike took out all 3 contracts for a profit of $330. 10.17. That was yesterday. Oh, I was in that trade too. You got some of my money at that time. Yeah. You're talking about that one right there. I was short. I got short right here. I was in profit. I was getting greedy. That's where you got it. Dang sure. Yes, yes. Very good. I can see it along. I can see it along. Very good. Good for you. Gold, 830. Uh, that was good there, Scott. Gold, 830 Eastern Time, out at 906, 240 profit. Very good. Dale. It came, yeah, well, I was on online with a couple other guys, and it was 2 or 3 minutes after that happened before any news came out about it. Fran, I was, you had a daily stop loss which saved you $500 so far this week. Good. Implemented. Very good. That's your learner for the week. Keep those daily stop losses in there. You were in the room this morning. I was not having a good day. I ended up pretty good though. It's, well, considering, you know, there's this, the account that I traded this morning. Oh, you weren't in the room. That's right. That's very good. But this one here was pretty good for afterwards. Actually, I traded for a while in Sim. Sim account is down $230, but it was down more than that. I had to win 3 trades in a row before I could start taking the trade again. Go back to the slideshow here. I really appreciate the input that you guys are putting in. Tommy, Scott, Dale, Fran. You guys have good trades, the best trade for the week. And now that Fran's already got the next one done here, keeping a stop loss, maximum stop loss implemented. What did you learn this week that would benefit others? I'm going to tell you what mine is. You just seen part of it today was to have that checklist. I know I would have probably been in Sim, actually live, when I should have been in Sim because I shut the room down. I went into Sim and I traded Sim, and then when I got ready to trade live again, I did the checklist again and made sure I was live. So that's what I learned, to make sure I'm using my checklist, and if I do any changes in the day, I will go through to make sure whatever I'm looking at is right. Watch for end of day, head and shoulders. It is set off the sell-off for NASDAQ yesterday. Yeah. I seen that I wasn't trading the NASDAQ after 10. Take that back. Yes, I did. I took a 610 trade that was very good off NASDAQ. Let me see. I was in the room and I had a short in, and I kept kept wanting to short. It was a little bit later when it finally showed itself. Here we go. In the room, just prior to the close, I was in this short and I tightened up my stop, and I said I still like that short. So I missed that run down here. I got all the rules were set up right, and I did get slipped. It slipped me a little bit. Right here's where I got in, right off the 9 EMA. But this line, if I were to follow that back, it did come to the left. There was a level there. So it closed below it, closed back above it, and waited for a double bar pullback again, grabbed it on the way down. So that was 4 points on one target, $80, and 9 points on the other, and got out of the trade. So that was another good trade. That was yesterday. Here we have another one. Tommy, waiting patient, pay attention to 15, 30, and 60-minute chart. You have to be patient. I stepped away a couple of times in the room today because I was getting impatient, and I seen the trade setups. So I backed away, came back in. Sometimes you just have to step away. I wasn't patient enough to let the complete trade set up. It was going up and down, and should have been selling the highs and buying the lows at the time. We were in a sideways. Everything was going sideways. Very good. Q&A. What can we help clarify that will help you be a better futures trader? Again, go ahead and let me know if your mic is on, and if not, write them in if you have any questions. I think we went through a lot of those, kind of got out of focus here, but I think we're back in. If you do have anything else, let me know. Keep an eye on the indexes when they're moving. Do you watch more than one at a time? Do you trade just one and watch the other ones to see what they're doing? Getting confirmation of a earlier move? Where do we get the time for various markets open? Go to the CME group and do a search on there. Come down to trading, look for energies, and it will might have to put in the times or what you're looking for. Open trade. They just changed this up again. This is what I normally go to, but it looks like I'm going to have to go in and metals, interest rates. Energy is open up at 9 o'clock. I want regular trading hours. I'll have to get back on that. They've changed this around a little bit. I don't want to take too much time gathering that. You can type in the view box here. I'll give you a real quick rundown. Energies, 9 o'clock. Gold and bonds, ES, not ES, like 6E, your monies, will open up at 8:20. NQYMES TF, they open up at 9:30 Eastern Time. Those are all Eastern Times. So you'll look at 8:20, 9 o'clock, 9:30. Now, there are other markets that do open that'll open up at 8:10. I know copper opens up at 8:10. That's where I would go to, is CME Group, and I'll have to do a search on that. That's a new, looks like a new format to me, new layout. All right, Scott. Yes, I will write that down. That'll be helpful. Yep, where to find. That'll make me go through that so I can see it a little better. CME, where to find open markets. CME Group is where I would go. You're welcome, Scott. Do you have any in particular that you're looking for? What's the next step? ZB, CL, and gold. ZB and gold are 8:20, and CL is 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Where to go from here? Review your notes. Take actions on at least one thing you've learned. Go ahead and visit us at www.winvesting.com and check out the profitability path. Send us your feedback and suggestions for future episodes to support at winvesting.com. Get a 1-month free bronze membership if we use your topic. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. I'll leave it open here just for a little second. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Hope you learned something out of this. Make that daily checklist. Make your trade checklist. Come in next week and we can even take a look at those. I'd be pleased to go over that. You're welcome, Zachary. I can't find a trial for Rome. Dan, can you help him out there? Scott, what was your stop? I use no more than a 7-tick stop, and I tighten it up quick. You use a 5? I'd have to see. You're welcome, Fran. Golden Nuggets noted. Thanks, Fran. You got snapped really quick. Yes, Craig, I'll show that last slide. Right there, www.winvesting.com, and send anything that you, future episodes, suggestions, feedbacks to support at winvesting.com. Yeah, if you're experimenting, I hope you're doing it in sim. Boy, if I'd have taken all the information, suggestions, trade in sim before live, I'd have a lot more money. I did 3 days of sim. I know what I'm doing. Experiment and sim. Do your back testing. Check that all out to see what's going to work for you. I don't like using more than a 7-tick stop. There are times that I will use a 10-tick stop, but if I'm using a 10-tick stop, I'm going for no less than 20, 25 ticks. That makes it worth it. But I get it down to 7, 5, 3, and then plus as soon as possible. A 10 and 10, that's a 1-to-1. Yeah, Scott, it's a good one, but you'll have to find out if you're using a 10-tick stop. You got knocked out at 5. Did it come back 5 and then go down? Or did it keep going up to the 10? It came back 5 and gone down 10. How long have you been checking it? It might be too early to just a few days. Go back a week to 2 weeks. I wouldn't do more than 3. And okay, try that for a yeah. I got it. So a 1-to-1 works on it with a 70% win rate. Yep. All right. I want to thank you all for joining me. You have a good day there too, Gary. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. The recording will be about as soon as possible. Keep an eye on it. Have a great one. Bye.